Yeah, have a look at that view. So we got healthy fats, and if we can use body fat instead to regulate our hormones. Yeah, so starting off, I'll just say yes. Yes, you can. Unless you're less than 2% body fat, then you're not going to have a problem with your hormones if you're getting in enough calories from other sources of food like carbohydrate, even protein. But yeah, you're not going to run into an issue. The main thing is if you're in a calorie deficit, that's when your hormones are going to drop. Basically, adding in fat is just going to help increase your total calorie amount and decrease the likelihood of you being in a calorie deficit, which is basically going to make you feel hungry. Your body's going to freak out and decide to lower your hormones to make you a bit more inactive. If your testosterone's lower, you're going to probably sit around more, not go out for a run and burn more calories than you need to. So that's one of the ways the body helps regulate and make sure you're not burning through too much body fat in case there's a famine. And some of the other myths here. Let's see, check my notes. Yeah, so any of the benefits that people tout to adding fat to their diet is generally because they weren't eating enough calories, and when they eat more calories, they aren't in a calorie deficit and they have a little bit more energy, which makes them feel, basically like they're not hungry and starving all the time, but overall, generally, the more dietary fat, the more fat in the bloodstream, you're just going to get reduced oxygen transportation. You're going to increase your insulin. You're going to cause insulin resistance, and the same thing as the oxygen. You're going to impair blood flow, and it's hard to explain because you can only feel it when you've felt it through exercise. So most people have never gone a day without eating above 50 grams of fat in their diet. So when you get below 10, you're going to feel a difference in the amount of blood flow to your legs during exercise, especially your legs, and you'll be able to push easily an extra 10% harder and longer. With dietary fats, a lot of people don't really explain. Like, the only big one people talk about your cholesterol going up, and now everybody thinks cholesterol's debunked. But we'll get into why LDL cholesterol is the only marker you should look at, and it's based off long-term data. So if you've had bad LDL your whole life and then you improve it, in the short term, it's not going to do much for you. You need to have low LDL for your whole life and for as long as possible. So you should start today still, but then basically realize that it's kind of like smoking. You quit smoking last week, you still get lung cancer because you've done the damage for so long. So to wrap it up, so basically what that means, now that you realize healthy fats, it's basically a myth. Like, you don't need healthy fats unless you're anorexic and so lean that you need to eat fat to put fat on your body as quickly as possible. What this means basically is you can go on a low-fat diet, high carbohydrate, low-fat diet, and what this will do is, rather than using the fats that you eat to make your hormones, you're actually going to burn body fat and turn that into hormones, rather than just what you eat. So it's gonna basically be used, yeah, like, you know, why wouldn't you want to use the fat you've already got, you know? So yeah, that's basically the conclusion. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of crazy shit you've never heard before. I'm gonna be making a lot more videos now. So yeah, just keep an eye out